Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome once again to Quick Shot Reviews, the dedicated movie channel for Cheap Shot Entertainment. I am your host Luke, and as ever you are the Cheap Shot Nation. Don't forget to join us on social media, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and if you like this video please consider subscribing to the channel. Now today's video is going to be centered around a 2021 horror thriller movie by classic director James Wan. Always seems to have hits when he makes horror movies. He's made Saw, he's made The Conjuring, to name a few, and they always seem to come up with different ideas and carry that idea on. Now Malignant's no different, but it is very over the top. This one's definitely for horror movie fans, and it is a wink and a nod to the hardcore horror fans out there. Like I say, it was 2001 that it came out, and it was directed by the delectable James Wan. So if you want to know what I thought of Malignant, then please join us for the main part of the video. So Malignant stars Annabelle Wallis as Madison Mitchell, Maddie Hassan as Sydney Lake, George Young plays Cacao Shaw, Nicole Brianna White plays Regina Moss, Jacqueline McKenzie plays Dr. Florence Weaver. Now they are the main characters of this story. I'm going to go through a bit of the story now. After being abused by her partner and losing her baby, Madison wakes up in the hospital and is paralysed by shocking visions of grisly murders. And her torment worsens as she discovered that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities. I didn't know what to make of this movie when I first went in. The opening scene was completely over the top. It's definitely a horror movie trope. You don't see what's happening, but it was set in a hospital. There was doctors, they were doing a bit of surgery, and it just looked very underhanded, and it was a bit supernatural. As we go through the film, we find those supernatural elements are not really there. It is very much a physical movie, and James Wan's Malignant, like I say, it begins the same way as so many contemporary movies, completely over the top, and just there's like something not quite there, but it is, and it sets you on the edge. You see the way that it's filmed, the lighting, and everything, the sound is just, it really sets this movie up to be something special. It's creepy. It's got the creepy lank-haired figure lurking in the shadows. Again, contemporary modern horror trope. Occasionally emerging from the darkness to scare our protagonist, Maddie. The movie is so predictable that when it shows an award on Doctor's shelf, the trophy is boasting a wicked spike. Yeah, obviously that's going to be used. Bit of a spoiler there. Someone's getting impaled on that, and so they did. It's formulaic stuff, but James Wan is just toying with his audience, deliberately delivering these cliches, waiting patiently for the chance to pull the rug from under our feet when he does reveal the outrageous plot twist towards the end. I'm not going to reveal that. I think this is a good film, and I think you should go and watch it. Don't go in thinking it's going to be something that's profound or anything like that. It is not. It is completely outrageous, and that's why I love it. The film shifts from mediocre chiller to an insanely enjoyable, off-the-wall gore fest, and in a split second, that is exactly what it does. The style and tone have not gone down too well with some viewers, but for me, I thought this was really, really interesting stuff. It's not just another dull spook fest that's a remake of a really good horror brought into 2021 really poorly in an attempt to cash grab. James Wan has taken a story from scratch, written it, directed it, produced it, you name it, he's done it, and it's another hit in my opinion. Really, really is. And it's to add to the horror movie stuff, you've got the action scenes which are over the top as well. And it's based in reality. The underground living museum tours that they used in this movie are actually a real thing, and that part of the movie, it was really really tense, really intense, to the point where I thought, oh wow, okay, I know what's going to happen here. You know what's going to happen, but it still became one of those moments that was shocking when it did happen. And I can't say that anybody in the movie theatre saw the twist when it did get revealed. There was a slight part of my brain thinking, okay, that's that character because of this, but I couldn't substantiate those thoughts until it was revealed. And then, like I say, the outrageous action scene near the end was just, it was nuts, absolutely nuts. Really, really makes this film stand out. And after so many dreary horror films that make themselves far too serious and take themselves too seriously, Malignant is a treat for those who enjoy movies that go a little mad sometimes and just go completely off the wall. My final verdict on Malignant is watch it. If you're a horror movie fan, if you're not a horror movie fan, I would suggest you watch this one. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. It's very much Marmite, but I loved it. I actually can't wait for a sequel if they're going to do one. Maybe even doing a prequel. I don't know, but I really like this one. And that is my thoughts on Malignant. If you've seen Malignant and you enjoyed it, if you've seen Malignant and you didn't enjoy it, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you thought of the film. You can also join us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you go and join our friends over at Squared Circle Jobbers on YouTube as well. They play General Manager mode in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. And have quite the following, really, built from scratch over the space of a year. It's quite impressive. Also join the Big Boss with his Big Boss Book Club. That's my friend Tom, who discusses everything on his podcast, from card games to video games to wrestling to movies. You name it, he discusses it on that podcast. That is the end of this video. I will leave you there. I've been your host Luke, you are the Cheap Shot Nation, and this has been Quick Shot Reviews and my review of Malignant from James Wan. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.